Podcast, episode 33. This is your boy Cian.
This is Dennis.
And it's Trev, of course. Dongo's out of town right now, but shout out to him.
Yeah.
Today we got a special episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're about to bless your audio ears right now with some local artists right here. Mm-hmm. And we just listened to a preview of the track, and it was
fire.
Like, yeah,
fire is an understatement.
Yeah.
You know, lava bless you.
Yeah.
Like music mud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coming out of what, Palm Bay, Melbourne?
Melbourne, yeah.
Melbourne area. Coming out of Melbourne area, we got COJI. What up, COJI?
How y'all doing?
Doing all right.
It's good.
Good.
Just want to say thank you for having me on your amazing platform. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Make me
it.
blush, dog.
Yeah. Yo, COJI, I'm gonna tell you from the snippet I heard earlier.
Yeah.
I think you're the blessing. You know, I can say I love what you brought.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I can say I'm from the old school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not a new school artist, so it's not like I'm look back in the DFI.
Yeah.
You know, Biggie, Tupac. I'm a big Nas fan.
Yeah.
Rakim, Raekwon.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Oh, great.
So I'm telling you, from what I heard earlier,
Yeah.
you're giving me a feeling. But I want you to now, COJI, when does this desire for you to be a musician and artist came from?
That came from a long line. My parents, it's really where it really came from. Mm-hmm. My mom, she's always been a singer. She's always been in the choir. My dad, he's been a musician for all his life. Everyone on my dad's side are musicians. My uncle still plays for the Temptations, lead guitar. His name is Will. He's bad. And my dad, he still travels, of course. He plays piano any and everywhere, keyboard, you name it. He is bad on the keys. He's been doing that for years. Started here in Melbourne. Pretty much I was on the piano sitting with him while he was actually playing.
All right.
And my mom was right there singing.
You're destined for greatness, man.
Yes. And then my older sister, she was on the drum set. And I always had a love for the drum set. Of course, I still like my strings and keys.
Yeah.
But for some strange reason, I wanted to play on the drum set. So I was in Florida for the first 8 years of my life.
Yeah.
Wasn't really that strong into music, but it was in me. Mm-hmm. So I ended up moving to South Carolina. Long story short about that, lived in different places, just to name a few: Darlington, Lake City, Sumter County is my main county that I actually grew up in.
Yes.
That's where I went to high school at, and a couple others. But just to focus on Sumter, that's where I became more of who I am now. And it didn't start until my sophomore year at Sumter High School. And my dad was like, okay, it's time for you to find what you want.
Yeah.
And I was going to go into sports, which I did track. I did football for about half a year, but I had to get back to my grades. So
yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah.
That parent, I can understand.
Yeah. But for some strange reason, music just came to me, and I was able to focus more
Yes.
than I could in sports. So I wanted to be on the snare drum for whatever reason. And since that day, I knew that I could do anything. Because they usually don't put you on the snare line unless you've been in band, like in middle school.
Okay.
So I came in and I showed them what I had. And they put me on fifth base for that sophomore year just to get me going and make sure that I was actually dedicated.
Yes.
That next year, my junior year, snare line.
All right.
We got best drum line that whole year.
Yo, I'm love it's a drum line.
Was it similar to the movie? Like,
Yes, it was.
Yeah?
Yes, it was.
Did you have to experience like any battling or anything like
We
that?
did
Tricks
battles
and all that
within the rooms. I still can do tricks now. Oh yes.
Yo, I'm gonna have to
yes.
see that,
Yo,
guys.
Yes.
So, Jared, I'm gonna tell you, it's the things like that intrigue me.
Yes.
You said a lot
Mm-hmm.
in that small paragraph.
Yeah.
Temptations.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about legends.
We're talking about legends. The ones that are still around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real legends. You know, none of that. And I want to say legends. Our guy. So you know, we already know I'm Jamaican. You know, so that part in. Yeah. And the reason why I said that,
33
Gerald.
episodes. We didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know that. Yeah. So, and the reason why I said that because I am not a big fan of studio artists,
I hear you.
Gerald. And to me, what musician is, a lot of musicians, to me, studio artists, you see what they sound like. You know what I mean? In the studio is not like what you get on stage. You hear them perform, you're like, no.
Oh, the voice is
Yes.
different
It's
and
different.
everything like
Yes.
that.
You feel me? So then it's coming from in the root of Jamaica. A lot of these artists is like, yo, they're trying to get out. So it's whatever you get on stage is what you're getting on wax.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's real. So whenever that artist comes and perform, you're like, yo, he sounds the same way. You feel me? And
That's what you go for.
you feel me?
Yeah.
For the Temptations is more than just a music group. That's the reason why I want to say it's legendary, because their performance, that they're singing and dancing, it's a lot to get to make that group actually happen. So, Temptations.
Yes.
Hold on. In that regard, did you ever feel any pressure about holding up like that musical mantle that your family has?
That's a very good question. To be honest with you, to this day, I feel very guilty. I have not learned the piano in its entirety. I know how to place my fingers on chords, but I have not learned how to transition. And that's something that my dad, my granddad, my great granddad, all of those men have. So to this day, I need to get on that. But my dad always said, it's in you. Whenever you're ready,
It's there.
it's there.
I mean, and destiny is a thing. There's something that you said your father said to you about when you're like in the 10th grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to figure out what you want to do.
Yes.
You know, and then it's crazy to see you come back to music because it's in your blood, and you can't deny it.
You can't.
You know what I mean? To look at your lineage, to listen to the music that I listen to now is mind blowing.
Thank
You know? And I want to use the word, mind blowing. So I want you to tell me, like, what is your driving force? Like, what is driving you to continue make? And I want to say good music.
Yes. That's actually one of the main driving forces is good music. I've been listening, of course, to a lot of different artists, and I understand that they do what they have to do because I understand the game. You get signed, you can't put out what you want to put out. You have to abide by what that record wants you to do.
Okay.
So me, I have the option, I have the ability to put out good music. So I want to put music out that encourages and that doesn't put you down when you listen to it. I think you should be able to listen to music and get to know the artist, not what the artist could possibly do to you or even your girl if you're not looking. Like, to me, I think that that's disrespectful. And how could you listen to something when they're talking about, oh, I'm going to, get with your chick? Once I hear that, I have to turn that artist off.
Okay. I hear you.
I've heard a lot of like different tracks where you're sitting here, you're like the beat comes in, you're like,
Yes.
okay,
And then
okay,
your
it's
girl
like,
is right there listening.
Yeah.
like they start going off the handle. You're like, yo, this dude just caught like 6 charges in
Yeah.
45
Yes.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Majority
Yes.
of everyone.
Yes. In worst case, you have your, so, but that's my driving force. And also it's the passion in me just to put more of me out because I know that there's not too many of me. And what I mean by that is I grew up differently, which means that I didn't come up wanting everything that everybody else wants.
Yes.
I do have my wants, but I don't have to have them. So I don't have to have the nicest car. I don't have to have a whole lot of cash. Those things are nice to have. I create the music from the soul so that by the time it gets to your ears,
Yes.
you're like, okay, that really came from him.
I like the way you put that.
No, and I'm gonna say this. I like the way Gerald put it. Based on the time frame that we're in right now, I would think about one of the biggest thing that people is dealing with is depression.
Yes.
You know, what I mean, we can even step back from different artists who sings about depression. You know, what I mean, and I want to say this: when people are in depression, people can't think they can't think straight. So if you're going to be giving me something that's going to help take me out of a depressive state and actually make me feel good about myself, that's actually one of the things that I really want to hear. Because whenever anybody is going through in situations like you're in a relationship, you know what I mean, when you're going through something, you want something that makes you feel good. You know what I mean? If you're going to the club or you're going to go out to go have fun, you want to put something in the car that's going to get that vibe right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like you have some people in other aspects, like let's say, you know, rest in peace Chester Bennington, you know, from Linkin Park.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
the way that if you go back and you listen to how they tailored all their music out, it was more or less a story of pain.
Yeah.
So like they lay it out, they let you know how they're feeling, why they're feeling that way, and what they want to change in it. And that's one reason I always love listening to Linkin Park, because like it's a story in every song.
Yes.
You know? So it's stuff like that I love.
Yes.
I absolutely love it.
And I respect many artists that can tell stories. That's
Oh.
that is a skill set of its own.
Yes.
I've just started getting into that for real, and I actually have one coming up on my EP.
Right.
So,
nice.
yeah.
Okay, you gonna drop the name of that EP, or you gonna wait?
Yeah. Well, the name of the EP is titled Word of Advice. And my bodyguard actually helped me come up with that name. So
Okay.
shout out to him.
Yeah.
You say your bodyguard?
Yeah.
That's real.
A part of being an artist, along with having my manager, is to have a entourage. So I'm following it by the book. I have manager, recording, studio. I have 2 engineers, 1 producer, and 2 bodyguards and 1 manager.
Okay. So you have a
That's a fleet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, but he used the word entourage, and he has
Yeah.
a whole set. Because I'm gonna say this. It's not to say you're like a child.
Yeah.
But as a parent, it says it takes a whole village to raise a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I grew up with that mentality, and when you look at a business, I know based on what I do for my 9 to 5, one person don't get it done. It takes a couple of people to get it done. You know, you see something blank, and if you look at it blank and go to the end part of the process, we'll see what it takes to get the finishing product done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely understand that. You know, for you to have a whole team.
Yeah.
You know,
and it was crazy how we all met. My first producer that I met from a part-time job. I used to work at Chart House.
okay.
So I met him there. Then my manager I actually met at the same job. And it was funny how we met, because he was showing me how to set up the salad bar. And he just looked at me and he just like, "Are you into music?" I was like, "What are you asking me?" I was like, "Of course." So ever since then, we've been working together. And he said something that I like about you, and it started to allow me to secure my confidence. He said, "You don't sound anything like anybody in this area."
I completely
Yes.
agree.
No, that's a definite.
Completely.
And I needed to hear that, because I wasn't sure, but I knew that I was approaching music differently, but I just wasn't sure. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, because I mean, from your sound, to me, your sound is not southern,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not New Yorkan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not North Carolina. I mean, not North Carolina. I would say not Californian.
Yeah.
I think I would go back to more North Carolina. Where is J. Cole is from? The Carolinas, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Yeah, North.
From North Carolina.
And I was in South for 8 years.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I would say that the feel you give me, you do give me a Cole feel.
Yeah.
You know, so me listening to you is
And
like
I take that.
It's like yes.
I can definitely appreciate that.
You feel me? And
Yes,
I
yes.
love driving music. So you see, if you give me something that I can play,
Mm-hmm.
I always based on when me and my family go back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm driving 3 hours, an
Yeah.
hour and a half, sometimes 4.
Wow.
You know, so I need stuff to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially when my kids is going crazy. If I
Yeah.
have the one headset on, I just go boom.
Mhm.
You know, and I just do my thing and let my wife.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
car.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sure. No, seriously, I got the headset on because
Yeah.
they do take over. They take over the whole
Alright,
whip.
so-
Yeah.
So you know, my wife will sit there. She'll talk to the kids, and if I'm driving something,
Yeah.
she'll tell you. And then if they're really making me upset, I go both ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't listen to nobody. I just
Hey, that's actually not a bad practice.
no, because it's you see that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You said you make feel good music.
Yes.
It's because if you're in the car, I'm gonna say as a parent
Mhm.
sometimes, and things is gonna happen that's gonna make you upset.
Yeah.
I need to stay away from that.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I'm trying to teach my kids less anger as possible.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not gonna show them some anger, because sometimes you got to show them you
Yeah,
gotta
of
put your
course.
foot down.
Of course.
You feel me? But I need something to make me feel good. So
Yeah.
that's just how I can say comprehend that part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And going back to the whole like area artist thing,
Mhm.
like, I've listened to a lot of people that have made music around here.
Yeah.
Like it's I know there's an art to storytelling.
Yeah.
But it's different when you actually live there.
Yes.
So like you'll have situations where you'll hear somebody say "da,"
Mhm.
and like all this stuff that happened, and you're
Mhm.
like, "Yo, I live on the same street.
Yeah.
When did,
No,
when
listen.
did this happen?" Like,
Yeah,
yo,
but that happened to me when I
Yes.
used to intern at a studio out around here.
Mhm.
Some rappers from, don't want to give away the
Yeah.
area.
Yeah. I
but,
hear you. Yeah.
from the local area.
Okay.
Was spitting, and they were like going in and just
Mhm.
sweat, like
Wow.
dropping some straight anger.
Mm-hmm.
And for people out there not to, for y'all to know that we are living in kind of a peaceful
Yes.
area.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like to keep it that way.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
I mean,
calm.
you have situations that happen, like,
Yeah.
as far as traffic violations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
Violation.
every now and
For the news, but now every now and then,
every now and
there's
then
something.
something actually really does happen. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a lot of what you hear, it sounds fabricated.
Yes.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not to say that it doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit like we're not out here trying to
Well,
compare with
I
like
know.
Chi-Town and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's ain't Chirac.
We ain't nowhere
No.
on that map. But like it's better to listen to more authentic stuff. Like
Yes.
the quality that you have. Like
Yes.
it's fluid.
Like real struggles, real
Yeah.
personal pains,
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
growth too.
Because music is an interview. Like
Yeah.
Exactly.
let us get to know you.
You.
You
Yes.
feel me?
And it's funny that you say fluid, because that's a part of my style. I'm able to switch flows and switch styles within the music, but I can also do it in any individual track, which is a part of what makes me who I am. But the smooth flow is what I feel is my really strong point, because that incorporates me. And I haven't really started living up to it until I started actually calling myself an artist. I have
Yes.
to believe that. So I'm hearing from different people, no matter where I am, man, that guy's cool. You know, he's smooth.
Yes.
So I incorporate that into my music, because I want people to understand, look, I can do what every artist is doing,
Yes.
but this is my way.
Yes.
Right.
So back to my actual name, COJI, how I came up with that.
Yeah.
Of course, I work at a job where we deal with systems.
Yes.
If something's wrong in the system, we call it a COJI.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something's wrong with this.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm coming in the industry as a COJI.
Yes.
So how I spelt it, COJI, I had to figure out a way so that I don't get sued, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, no, that's important.
Yes, very much
That's
so.
heard.
I went to the trademark website and I found a way to make it work. So COJI, Center of J's Intellect. My first name begins with a J.
Yes.
So every track you hear, you're listening to my intellect.
Yes.
There we go.
I love
That's
it.
how that happens.
Please let these guys know how hard and how serious it is about that copyright.
Let me tell you guys, thank you very much.
Because I went through that too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You got hit?
Me personally, I do not put anything out. I don't even talk about anything unless it's copywritten. That has to be done first.
Yes.
That's first and foremost. I've heard plenty of horror stories where people will be at the studio and they'll say their lines and then they'll leave. Well, that work that you did there now belongs to that studio.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not protected, they have access to market it.
Ooh.
So I don't have any dealings with that. Before I go to any studio, which I only have 2 now, of course,
Yeah.
I make sure that my songs are protected so that way I don't have to worry about that. So I'm always looking at ways to avoid being in that situation and putting anybody else in that situation.
You know, and it's funny how you say that because you're in a industry where it's all about your craft.
Yes.
And to actually look to understand that some people they're trying to take other people's craft.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Creativity
Always.
is more than troublesome in so many different ways. It's funny how you thought about trademarking because you know there's so many different artists who's probably felt that pressure
Yeah.
from before for you and you know COJI to watch you go through the process and you know listen to you do your thing. I want you to give me a little rundown about you know your production. How do your creative process? I want to know how it starts. You know, I mean, what do you know? How do your writing process starts? I want to get a little bit deep into that part of it because I've listened to your music and you have and the way you're fluid. I want to know you know where did you come up with it?
Yeah. Many of my ideas start from anywhere. I could be anywhere. It could start from me hearing a track that I really like. It could start from me, of course, going through a certain situation. But to be honest, most of my ideas come from my dreams. I'll be asleep and I'll wake up and I'll just start writing. And to this day, I cannot explain it. It's God-given, if I may say.
Completely is.
If I may say.
Yeah.
So when I hear a certain tune, of course, I'm not right at the studio, which would be nice one day. I have to get it down as quickly as I can.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I hear the chorus. How I usually write a song is I get the chorus,
Yeah.
and since it's fresh, the chorus goes into with the first verse.
Okay.
So I always write the chorus and the verse while it's fresh. And a part of me being an artist is I actually can write. I can write quickly. I can make up words and make them happen quickly. So I write them down just as quickly. So even if I'm not able to finish that last verse, which is I usually don't. I usually copy and paste the chorus and or bridge.
Yeah.
First verse, then chorus and or bridge, and that last verse I always come back to it the next day.
Okay.
If not the next day, I'll keep that song on my mind
Yeah.
and I'll just start writing little bits and pieces, and then I'll go back. It's like that could go with that.
Yes, I like that.
So I always like to make sure that my last verse is a strong heavy hitter. So how music used to be back in the day is like a crescendo, which is you start, you know, light,
yeah.
small, and then you build to the climax. That's how music used to be made.
Yes.
Well, I'm still taking that same idea from music, of course, because it has a more of a dramatic feel to make you to that would make you want to listen to it again. So my first verse might be light, but that second verse is gonna be heavy hitter, and you're gonna want to hear it again.
Yes, I like that because and I like how you said light because I'm big on introduction.
Yes.
You know what I mean? First impressions is very good. So if you can, I can say, tinkle my ear a little bit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's gonna carry over.
Yeah.
Because I found that majority of the music I listen to, and I'm not saying I like how you have the crescendo.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to the third verse, but the second verse will determine if I'm going to continue or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, when it comes to listening and stuff, like, because I listen to a lot of music, and I'm like a big advocate for battle rap as well.
Yeah.
So like, I usually give it about when it comes to music,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give the tune probably about 15 seconds.
Gotcha.
To see if I like the sound of what's coming through.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I don't like the beat,
Yeah.
I don't care what's it. I'm not gonna listen to it.
Which is a general statement. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So then after that, as soon as the lyrics come in,
Mm-hmm.
that's 10 seconds.
Yes.
So it's 25 seconds altogether for
Mm-hmm.
me to determine if I'm gonna finish that song.
Yes.
So like that is my process. And
Yeah.
usually like if I get one from an artist or
Mm-hmm.
whatever
Mm-hmm.
and I get through that, I'm like, all right, I didn't like that one.
Yeah.
Then I'll lay out probably about 3 more
Mm-hmm.
and see if the same thing happens.
Mhm.
And if like the whole process fails, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I just push that one off to the side. Same thing with listening to the battle rappers and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like I'll listen to like their opening verses and everything like that. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, the
Yeah.
real meat is always second. Look at it in everything. In boxing, round 2 is when real action
Yeah,
happens.
it's when
Exactly.
that happens.
Exactly.
Quarter in football or basketball is
Wow,
when
yeah.
you see what their game plan is.
Exactly.
Like, so in music is definitely important.
It is.
So with production wise, where like have you ever worked on like a DAW yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's separate from the producers. Have you
Yeah.
worked on like say using Logic, using Pro Tools?
Yes.
Free promotion.
Yes. Once upon a time,
You
I
can't get
I
that
used
free.
to be.
Ain't that free, bro?
Once upon a time, I used to be a production manager, and I was working with Cakewalk.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
That sounds so familiar.
I think it works hand in hand with Sonar,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was able to really get into my musical download that I wasn't able to do. And what I really like about that is you never know what you really can do until you actually start doing it. So of course, lay down the bass beat first, then I lay down strings. I'm a big fan of strings. I like that feel.
Right.
Organ and whatever else. Hi-hats. Once that happens, anything else goes as long as it flows. And that's how I'm able to produce. Recently, since I've been putting my EP together, if that track sounds right, then I'll use it. But how I write, I don't write according to tracks. I'm always writing. So if I don't like that, I could just switch it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll work. So,
Yeah.
and I would actually like to become a ghost writer. That's a part of my passion, is to be a ghost writer, because I'm able to come up with an idea. As soon as I hear the beat, I've been able to come up with a bridge or chorus so quickly that's going to flow that I'm usually able to write that first verse just as quickly. So that's copy pasted done.
Have you sat there, like, let's say, like, you just thought of an artist like, Kendrick or something like that,
Mhm.
and then listen to something and be like, let me write something.
I have.
You would say,
I have. That's a part of the reason why I really started, because I wanted to get in with those big artists, because I wanted to show them, hey, if you listen to this, is there any way that I could possibly, assist you in what you're doing?
Because
Yeah.
writing is very
Is one of yes.
well money producing business.
Yes.
Just writing, because getting your ASCAP points up. Look at what's a good example? Kendrick with his last few albums.
Joyner?
No, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Joyner, actually, get started him.
Yes.
Like Joyner, especially when he did "I'm Not a Racist."
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone would make big deal about the track, especially the YouTube video and whatnot. But when it gets into the sales, he's not just getting the artist money; he's getting the writer money. Too, the publishing too.
Yes.
So it's like it's a big business just for a track.
Exactly.
To get laid down. Look at Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar with the whole. Think Like a Butterfly. Not think about. What's
To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh yes.
Classic
Yes,
album.
classic.
Classic.
Classic. Yeah.
Very classic.
But also look at it, he went out there thinking,
Yes.
forward thinking too, with the money, with the writing wise, and all that forward thinking is getting pocket from here, and every year he's getting probably maybe like a good 10 stack for a song.
Yeah.
Because of publishing, because of
and it never stops.
And it never stops.
It never stops.
Look at Will. You think
Yeah.
Will still getting money?
Yeah, parents just understand.
Yeah.
Yes, he's still getting money.
Yeah, because
from that.
especially when you go outside of America, people are still playing, getting jiggy with it. I want you to look at it, Dennis.
Summertime was a hot track,
No,
And that's still getting money.
no,
Yes.
I'm gonna show you something crazy now. Jamaica, we really don't play the electric slide. But when I've never been to like a
party,
or a family event,
Yeah.
or a wedding, since I've been in the United States of America, and they don't put on the electric slide.
If Jamaica would have known how much money they're losing, billions of dollars they're losing because all of America takes their music, use it on cruise ships. Every cruise ship you've been on,
Yes.
plays electric slide.
Always.
That's points that's supposed to have been gone to that artist, to Marcia Griffith.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like that. Even there's somebody getting wiser now too. The one track that Nicki was trying to take, that reggae song.
No, actually, I haven't. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but I don't
have
have
heard it.
I don't have the full detail on that. That's why I haven't spoken.
Well, she was trying to take, but the main artist that made the song
I
said
know,
no.
I know what you're talking about. Oh no.
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's her song. The lady from I forgot her name.
Yeah.
But Nicki was trying to take it, but see, Nicki played the game right by unreleasing it.
Yeah.
Unreleasing it means
Yeah.
I don't got no rights to it, but y'all can have it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the artist back home is not getting nothing
off of it.
That's
It's
why
like,
she's suing now.
And that's a part of it. Like you have to be educated in anything that you do, but this music business is a ludicrous business, and I think that you should always have a person that has actually been in it, so that you actually know what's going on. That's why my manager, I actually trust. He isn't just somebody that just fell off the streets. He actually came from the streets. He actually used to run with the Rockefellers.
Okay.
Like, he's a low-key legend, writing legend. But not to tell his story, but he basically did what he'd had to do, and he got paid.
Right.
But end up finding out that he could have made more.
Royalties.
Yeah.
He didn't take the point.
Yeah.
He took the point up front there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he still has what he has to this day.
Yeah.
And for him to come in contact with me and tell me what he's telling me, like, that type of knowledge you only get when you're up there.
Yeah. And I'm happy you said that. I have the kids, so we've been watching Avengers a lot, and I'm saying it because I put this nice 75-inch TV in the bedroom. No, the movie. And there's a part where Loki, right before Loki died, and Thanos was like, "Yo, there's 2 stones at the Earth. Go to Earth to go get it." That's my Thanos voice, guys. Right? So, and Loki was like, "Hey, you guys want to escort?" And it was like, "Yo, the last time you failed, And he's basically saying, "Your experience is experience," and that stuck with me. Regardless of what you do in life, if it's going to be positive or negative, experience is experience.
Exactly.
So at least you know if you've been in that situation before, regardless if you got it right the last time or got it wrong, you know what the right way is. Because if you got it right the first time, you be like, yo, that worked. So I'm just going to even expand on what I just did. And if what I did the last time didn't work, it's like, oh, you know, at least I know that didn't work, so I'll try something else.
Yep.
But I do like the fact that, you know, you have experience, which is experience.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying, COJI, you're I can say you're very blessed in that,
Yeah.
in that way, to have legends in I'm gonna say 2 different genres of
Yes.
music.
Yes.
You know,
Very much so.
You know,
I have
and-
one in the gospel and of course one off the streets. I mean, and it's not like I didn't come off of the streets either, but when you have a person that was heavy in the streets,
Yes.
you have more of a respect for what actually happens. Because I was always in the streets, but I wasn't of the streets.
Yes.
So I've seen it all. I've been there. I've been grazed before. Never
Yeah.
actually been shot. Never actually been stabbed. I've
Yeah.
been cut before.
Yeah.
I used to fight all the time.
Yeah.
But I took that and I tried to make something positive out of it.
Yes.
And I didn't know that as of, I think that was 2016, I think, when I dropped my first song called Don't Know. It's still on SoundCloud. I had no idea that I had that in me
Right.
until I dropped that first song. And then I was like, okay, I'm actually really going to start letting that be an outlet besides fighting, besides picking up the gun. Even thinking about that doesn't even happen.
Yes.
It's like, let me just write about it.
Yeah.
And that keeps me out of so much trouble.
And I would say that would be like, you know, channeling your energy
Exactly.
into something positive.
Exactly.
You know, and I like the fact that you say you're off, you know, you're not off the street.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah, that was very well put, by
Yes.
the way. Like a lot of people don't understand the
No.
difference between the two. So
There is a difference, which is why I only speak truth. I'm not going to talk about what I haven't done.
Yeah.
That will never happen.
And my wife, as I said, she's big on word curses. You know what I mean? What you say, all right, the Bible said what comes out of your mouth defiles your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what you say, you speak into intent, because it's funny because Tupac basically said he didn't get a record, and so he started talking like he got a record. You feel me? So
Yes.
it's like, yo, so if you're not a thug and you're not a gangster, you don't have to do that. You feel me?
Exactly.
And I'm here to tell anybody that music, you don't have to be a gangster for me to listen to your music. Half the people in the world don't listen to gangster music.
Yeah. It's for a very small crowd, very small venue. A part of my takeover mindset is to be in any and every venue. So I make sure that I come with the correct material. Since I am in hip hop, there will be some things that will have to be said, of course, just to
Yes.
respect the game.
Yes.
But in coordination with that, I always maintain respect for the people also.
And I like how you put respecting the game, because I felt like a lot of people don't respect the game anymore.
No, of course not. No. Yeah.
especially now.
They want it way too quick. I'm down to do the work. If we don't get it right, like how I just got out of my last session, I say let's redo the whole verse. I say let's redo that whole chorus because I want it right.
Yeah.
It takes that work.
And it takes as I said, work. It takes that time and dedication.
Yes.
Because if you're not trying to hone your craft, what are you trying to do? You know, I mean, I watch fighting. When you first and foremost, nobody can just get up and say I'm gonna be like a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
You literally have to go train for like a good 2 years. You know, and even after training for 2 years, that's just so you can get your feet in the late night package that only 2 or 3 people are watching,
And to get knocked out by an amateur.
and to get knocked out by amateurs, right?
It still takes more work.
It takes more work.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it takes time and dedication.
It takes more than going to the gym to be an Olympian, dog.
Yes.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm happy you said that, Dennis, because Usain Bolt stopped doing track and field based on that. He was like, yo, I mean, I've accomplished the goal, but I really don't want to go to the gym anymore. You know, I think I did what I need to do, so I want to reap the benefits. So it's not something. It's not like, hey, if he would have just had the natural capability to just get up and just go show up at the event and then break another world record, he would have done it. But it takes more than going to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
He held it down for a while. I mean, if he wants to pass the mantle or let it remain the record, that's cool. Like,
no, I mean, but it's even that, because we're talking about I'm gonna switch to basketball for a second. To me, LeBron James is gonna break a lot of these people's record. When it comes to longevity of the sport, I'm not a LeBron fan, but LeBron is gonna get the longevity of it, because when you look at his position now and who plays defense against him,
Yeah.
there ain't nobody really stopping LeBron. So even if he's not better than Jordan, right? He will probably leave and end up with a lot of those records being his, and he just gonna take his time. He doesn't get rushed.
Yep.
You know, and that's the reason why I like the fact that you talked about you've been doing this for a couple of years.
Yes.
You know, you've been honing your craft. You know, so I want to. To me, this is stereotypical. I want to ask, based on your music, do you read a lot of poetry and stuff like that?
Well, I actually started writing poetry when I was younger. Of course, I wrote it at first to get the girls.
Y'all been
Motivation.
And, you know, I didn't realize my success rate until now looking back. But I was already writing very good then, so I just figured I'd just keep on writing.
Success rate. I was like, your coach is like, my KDR is high.
Yeah.
Like, anybody who gets one of these letters is getting shot down.
Hey.
Just so you know. Just so you know. You know.
Yes.
But that, because I grew up on poetry.
Yes.
You know, before technology kicked in and everybody was doing text messages.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you see a little girl, like, you know, from a distance, you're like, it take one of those little papers you have to write something, fold it up, and
that was back in the day.
hey, you know what? There was a good days.
Oh yeah, it was.
You know,
by all means.
You know, so for you to be doing poetry back then and doing what you do now, so let me ask you, what is your end goal for this, for your musical career? Because yes, you're doing music, you love it. Is there somewhere you're trying to reach?
Yes. I would like to just simply make my stamp in music as a respectable artist that can do anything. So if you need a producer,
okay,
I can do it.
Okay.
If you need a song, I can write it. If you need me to get on the track, I can do that.
Okay.
I want to be a respectable, known artist. And I guess I hate to throw that name out there, but he is very, very good. I guess I could almost be like Chris Brown.
See, I like Chris Brown. Because,
yes.
You say Chris Brown, I like Neo. You know,
Neo.
3 stacks.
Yeah,
Yes.
3 stacks.
Yes. And low key, I'm a dancer too, but I just need some more choreography. But that's gonna be coming soon.
Yeah,
too.
everything takes time, Coach.
Yes.
Everything. And that's one of the best thing about honing your craft.
Exactly.
You know, because as you go and you do more performance. Because I'm gonna compare Neo and Chris for a second.
Yeah.
Neo, when he performs, he's like, I really don't want to sweat. You know, so he's giving you a performance, but he's giving you enough light dancing that when he's finished, he wants to
spin,
boom,
pose.
You know, and hit you a couple lines, and then when Chris does it, he's like, Chris will be doing his track, and then he's like, at one point he stopped doing the music, and then he be hitting you with these moves. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it depends on what type of artist you know you are, what you're trying to bring. And I'm happy that COJI said that he does do some dancing, because I'm gonna use a Jamaican artist that I like, Bounty Killer. I'm not sure if you guys are know who the artist Bounty Killer is, but growing up, Bounty Killer used to make fun of all the artists who used to like dance. You know, he's like, oh, that you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at him performing in the 2000s, he dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not doing what everybody else is doing, but it's something that grabs your audience.
Exactly.
So you're honing just more than just your musical craft. in this process because I'm happy you use Chris Brown as a dancer because
Yes.
I love dancing. You know what I mean? My wife.
I'm always watching him.
Yeah.
That is the guy.
No, Chris Brown is pretty good. There's some twins that I knew. I forgot what
The last twins.
Yeah.
Yes, the last twins. Yes.
Yeah. Them
Yes.
boys is pretty nice to watch.
And I also like another well-known legend. He's on YouTube a lot, but Tight Eyes. I don't know if you ever heard of Tight Eyes, the creator of Crump. Of course, the whole story. Yeah, the whole story, of course, is on the web, but it wasn't just him, but he was the one that was most consistent.
Right.
I actually started doing some crumping back in the day too, so I want to incorporate all of that, and with every piece, it's going to be a different feel. So you can always incorporate a different dance with that piece. Okay. So I'm still watching all of those guys.
All right. No, I see that part. Now let me ask you this: based on the industry, are you gonna go record deal or stay independent?
Very good question. It depends on the record deal. It really does. Of course, I haven't ever had one yet, but from what I've been reading and what I've been hearing, record deals are not usually in favor of the artists.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to read that very well. If I don't like it, I won't sign. I will remain independent.
Okay.
But if the deal looks good and it sounds good, and I have a chance to talk it over with my manager and my lawyer, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've heard two sides of the story.
Yes.
You know, because you've seen a lot of artists that is doing excellent.
Yeah.
Independent, and I've seen some of those artists who was doing excellent independent.
Yeah.
They go to a record deal because it's like, look.
Yeah.
The one thing Trevor, you can probably educate me in this aspect of it. From what I come to understand, when you're independent, it's like everything is really coming out straight out of your pocket.
Yes.
You know, everything comes up front.
But also, everything comes right back to you also.
Yeah.
Because there's no middleman.
Yeah.
Because there's a 360 system that is in place where everybody gets some.
Okay, so how does the industry part work? Is the industry basically fronting the project in the sense that they're paying for stuff and then they're taking their money back in the return?
Yeah.
And then some.
Yes.
And the then some part too. Like all the old deals is okay, yeah, we'll give you the money up front and let you go to these studios. We'll book these tour dates, let's do that. Which all of it you could have done yourself. It was just a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially on the level of artist you become.
Isn't it basically like somebody they're like, okay, we're letting you borrow our friends and our name to do your stuff, and then you pay us back for it.
Yeah, which you start out in depth already, which is more than what you can even pay back because it depends on the album, how well, whatever you put out, they give you a certain time frame. If you don't make that in that certain time frame, then you're going to continue your contract. Yeah. It's going to be renewed, which is how they keep getting trapped. Yeah. So that's why.
Is that how they have artists that are signed to certain labels that don't release anything?
That is exactly what's going on. They are not allowed to release anything unless that label says. And this is nothing that is a secret. Like if you read and everything, artists should make a very conscientious decision on where he wants to be or she wants to be in her music career, because at a certain point in time, it might be smart to sign. Mm-hmm. But I would only sign with two people. I'm not going to name them because I don't want that to turn into anything.
Yeah, don't want that money.
Yeah. But I'm going to remain largely independent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I have a lot of respect for Currency, because I don't know if anybody remembers, but Currency, like when he first hit the scene, he was out with Cash Money.
Yeah.
He dropped, I think, 1 or 2 tracks, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, where did this dude go? Pulled up some mixtapes, and I'm like, okay, and I'm going, and then I started doing some research about who he signed with. He went completely independent, because he said he didn't want anybody having hold over his music,
and that happens a lot.
He's been like that ever since. His fan base and name alone's drives itself.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's not even that.
Still a good artist. Like,
Yeah, but and then again, whenever I do come to understand, and this is what I hear from other people, that whenever you're part of a record deal and you basically have your music, they can take your music away from you and give it to somebody else,
basically.
you know. And I guess because I'm ignorant in some sense, I would hate for that to happen to me if I was an artist. You know what I mean? Take my hard work. You know, it's your hard work, your time and dedication. Yeah. Because I'm gonna listen to what COJI just basically gave me in the sense that, and to me that's a tip of the iceberg. It took him about 3-4 years to hone his craft. You know what I mean? Then to hone every part of it, and he's still working. And then for you to lay something down, and then somebody just come take 3-4 years worth of work, and just
lock it up,
use it for their own means, and
or they give you 10, 20, 30, 50 racks up front, which looks good, which will get you out of your situation.
Yeah.
But they're making millions.
Yeah.
So where does that leave you again?
So there's also like nowadays there's a lot more different deals. Like
yes.
You could do a publishing deal with a company. So all you worry about is they're going to publish your stuff.
Okay, I have a question. I'm pretty sure both of y'all can answer it. Like, all right, so is Drake still under Young Money?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but he also owns OVO.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Right,
OVO is under Young Money.
But all of the umbrella company is Universal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a bigger company that's above all of them.
So he's getting, for him as an artist, he's getting the pennies from Universal, but he's also making a wave with OVO. He might be moving OVO somewhere.
Yeah.
Or might keep it as an independent kind of company.
I thought he was trying to move it to Apple.
Yeah.
Yep. If Apple
wants that.
Apple, Spotify, and Tidal is basically the new record labels.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he could do it that way. Well, most likely it'd be Apple because he already has to deal with them.
Yeah. I mean, it would be logical.
And let me just say, you do get pennies. I mean, you have, if you go on Google and type in how much does a site pay you, you get pennies, but it takes a lot of those to actually start to make money. So the fact that he has that, yeah.
Because I mean, I can't. I forgot what artists I looked up lately, and I'm looking at their YouTube stuff, and they had like 26 million on their things, and I'm like, wow, because
a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
I guess not mean millions.
Yeah, Kendrick with the TDE camp and stuff like that. So basically, is it how the same way that
isn't TDE signed to Interscope?
It's Interscope.
Drake,
yeah.
OVO artists are for him, like as far as like the pennies are concerned.
Well, TDE is Top Dog. Top Dog's the one running TDE. Then his main artist, which all their artists are main now, but the top artist is Kendrick Lamar, and he's getting his money. But remember, Umbrella, Interscope got that, and I don't know who's hired at Interscope.
I'm not sure about that one.
No, Interscope is Interscope.
I think there might be a little bit higher. There might be a parent to that. But
who'll be parent of Interscope?
I have to look that up.
Well, there are, of course, as you guys know, only 6 major labels.
Yeah.
So
remember back in the day, it used to be a good 20 of them.
Yeah.
And then MCA disappeared.
So
Def Jam's not the same anymore.
No, because isn't Def Jam under Universal too?
Def Jam.
That's a good question.
Because that used to be its own. Then it got. I thought it got.
No, Trevor, I think Def Jam is under Sony Music Group. If I'm correct.
That's another thing you gotta look up. Look up person.
Yeah. Yes.
Intern. Sorry.
Intern.
Yeah.
Come on, Dennis. We're going to clarification to that one.
You said look up prison?
No, look up person.
Oh, person.
No, because we're talking because it. No, and COJI, that is something that
it's important to know where your money coming from.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, or where your money gonna go.
Exactly.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
So it's Universal. So all the big companies, all the artists, you thinking, if they have issues, like say, I don't know, like there's a competition between Drake and Kendrick. Yeah. Understand that The one that's just smiling up top
Is
is
Universal.
whoever
Yeah.
owns
Yes.
Universal. They say,
Are
"Oh,
they
you're
trending?
beefing."
Let them continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
which is
going
a large
golfing.
part of why I'm going to mostly remain independent because we really have to start owning our own so that we can cut out that middleman. That's how we're going to keep the money in. Yeah, we have to pay for the platforms, but we can create our own platforms like how you guys did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You know, because I was watching a couple of Miami artists, you know, from back in the day that was doing little talent shows, and you know, because went to school with some of them, so
Yeah.
you know, I'm seeing them on Instagram and whatnot, and they're basically putting on events and charging people at the door.
yeah,
You know, so it's basically like, yo, come on to my event. It's gonna be at this club. I'm gonna be performing. You know, you know, the entrance for the venue is $10 per person.
yeah,
You know, and then you're like, oh, cool, it's Miami. That's just like a regular party. I'm paying $10, and they're basically getting paid for you to come there and party, and then for them to perform for you for half an hour.
yeah.
And it's like, it's not a bad idea, and they're making they're making bread off that.
That's how it goes, and I'll start to really start to become more of myself when that actually starts to happen. I have my confidence up, but when I actually start to see, I set small goals so that I can reach them. So my next goal is to start to get shows.
Okay.
Because how it works, how you just said, the artist gets the door, and usually the owner gets the bar.
Yes.
And that's when you start making money. Of course, just like doing shows, that's how you get money in the industry is when you're doing tours.
Yeah.
That's where the money comes in.
That's why you keep seeing Drake on tour.
Yes.
Kendrick and his own people.
Ariana,
Still
she's
on tour.
everywhere.
Yeah, because they're getting
Taylor Swift. Every year,
Yes.
she's on a tour.
Yes.
Because that's her money.
That's her
Yes.
concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Everyone
look up
else
how
did.
much Michael Jackson used to make on those world tours?
No.
I mean,
And he's not even the
he
most.
was already, yeah.
He's not the
Yeah,
most.
he's not.
I
He
think
made
Beyonce
so
is actually.
much.
I think Beyonce might be the most.
That'll be something else to look
got-
up.
they-
Yeah.
Right now, 'cause I think didn't Adele beat her out at one point, and then Beyonce
Once.
took it back.
well, I know it's different because you see, as COJI, as we're talking about,
Give me this.
Yeah.
depends on where you are in the world is how big the venue is.
Yes.
Because we're in a time period where artists is selling out venues.
Yeah.
So it's not even like, hey, you know, I mean, how much people you can draw overall. As long as they get to maximum capacity in their venue,
Yeah.
you did your job.
Exactly.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
You got them cats that are hitting maximum capacity on $800 to $1,200 tickets. So,
Yeah.
no, and you know, that is a fact.
God.
That's a lot of work.
And the nosebleeds are $800, bro.
So, COJI, I want for our audience, I want you to tell us where we can find your music.
Well, due to a promotion that I did 2016, I think it was 2017, I dropped a single called Lemonade.
I love that track.
My guy did that promo, and you can find me anywhere if you type it in Google this way. Type in Lemonade, space it, and then type in COJI, COJI, and it'll all pop up there. And if you go to images, you'll see my picture there too. But you can find me on iHeartRadio.
Right.
You can find me on, of course, Instagram. You can find me on Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. Most of the big music sites,
Yes.
I'm on that specific website.
Yeah.
YouTube, all of that.
And so I don't want to say for anybody who wants to link up COJI. Like, so COJI, I want to know, are you open to working with any artists? Are you right now the group is closed?
By all means. A lot of my music genres are basically out of hip hop, R&B, which hasn't came yet. That'll be coming soon, and soul.
You know, I like me some soul.
That opens up a whole nother class because I actually like jazz too.
You know, I like me some soul,
Yes.
COJI. Can't
Yes.
be doing that.
Well, that's that's what you're hearing when you're listening to most of my tracks. That's why it seems like it's slow, but it's coming from the heart.
I think that's why you grab me so much, because you know, I mean, whenever you know, you see, I'm Cancerian, so I'm emotional.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah.
So whenever you come to soul music, anything, regardless of whether it's bad or good, but if it's coming from the soul,
yeah,
you can grab me,
exactly.
because I feel pain. You know, it's like when Brandy did back in the day. Have you ever?
Yes.
You know, have you ever? Because it was a soul track. It's like, you know, like she was hitting that vibe, but she was like, yo, have you ever like get your heart broken? I'm like, bro, me too, dog. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I know the pain. You feel me?
And there goes the art of storytelling too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for him, how, you know, Cancerian, emotional. I'm a Scorpio, and we're passionate. So
Yeah.
like basically, like I have to be able to feel what you're talking about.
Yes.
Like so you got like certain tracks. Like one of my favorite songs is Deborah Cox, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can feel that song, dog.
All time classic.
Like, yeah, as long as I can get that from a track,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good in my book. And that's another reason why I like trap soul music so much.
Yes.
So like
Yes.
it's like they're telling their story, and granted it might sound a little crazy at some points, but you're sitting there and you can visualize it, and you can actually like feel what this person is going through as they're, you know, cutting through music. I love that, because it's a mixture of a couple of different genres.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's important because for me, I feel like doing music, you have to be versatile. You know, Drake sing raps to me.
Yeah.
You know, like he's singing, you know, it's not the best singing in the world, and his rapping, well, it's not the best rapping in the world, but he's combining two genres together and giving you music. Because even Trevor has a shirt that he says that I can say my wife likes to see. I think something about the 90s. My relationship got to be like 90s dancehall music. Is that what it says?
Oh yeah. My relationship has to be like 90s. If my relationship is not like 90s dancehall music, I don't want it.
You feel
I
me?
like that.
Yeah, and it's
I like that.
It's having flavor. You feel what I'm saying? It's that flavor in the air, because in the 90s, regardless if it was dancehall, rap, R&B, there were so many different flavors. And I think because everybody was trying to find themselves musically, right? We were just getting a compilation of just greatness.
Yeah.
When you think about what the quality of music was to what music is today. And I think, COJI, from what I heard from you, you're here to transcend that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I am really wanting to do as much as I can with music in every song that I actually do. I've been trying to narrow down what genre that I actually am, and I haven't been able to do it yet.
That might be actually a blessing.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Don't genre less.
Yeah. You don't want to be in a box.
You come up with your own thing.
Because I've heard several people say, oh, that's pop. I've heard people say, oh, that's trap. And I heard some people say, oh, yeah, that's hip hop. And it's like, yeah, I can do all of that.
Yeah. And I mean, and then again, it's all under one big umbrella. It's music.
Exactly. And that's what it comes down to. When I listen to any track, even while I'm writing, if I'm not writing to a track, I'm wanting the music to be so open that you can understand the flow. So I don't have to come in time the beat drops. I would like to, but I like to let the music breathe a bit.
Yes.
So when I'm writing, I have that same mindset. I'm thinking, okay, let me not be too wordy. Let me let the music breathe a bit, you know?
Yeah. And you see, I like how you say you let the music breathe. I don't know if you've ever seen the contestant show called The Voice.
Yes, of course.
One thing I do like about The Voice is there's different producers there, different musicians there. And they basically, you know, when you hit that buzzer and a couple of them turn around, it's like you kind of have a chance to see what producers or what musician you would like to work with based on how your sound or your tone.
Yeah.
Now, if you had an opportunity, what producers and what artists you think you personally would like to work with?
That's a good question. It's a very good question. If I could, I'd like to work with all of them. You know, one per day, one per week.
One per week.
I don't.
Well, you know, it's good.
One I would hear you with is Neptunes.
Yeah.
I could definitely hear Neptunes with you.
Okay.
Because, you know, Neptunes is very universal.
Yes.
Right? They don't just stay in one box.
No.
Especially just chat, using chat
Mm-hmm.
from Neptunes. Yeah.
You see,
I can see that.
You see, Trevor said, because that's the reason why I wanted to use the idea of the voice. Yes, there's a lot of producers out there. You will get to work with all of them.
Yeah.
Right? Because I look at DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled basically has producers on speed dial. It's like, yo, we the best. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but it's sometimes you need a person to pull that creativity out of you.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna use Justin Timberlake. Justin to me was very good. Justin in his NSYNC days was amazing, right?
Yeah.
He was a trendsetter.
Yeah, he was a trendsetter, but he did it as a group. But I love when Timbaland grabbed him. It's when Timbaland grabbed Justin.
Yeah.
To me, Justin transcends to it. All right, and I'm gonna say this: we're all African American. We are black, right? Justin is a white guy, and when Timbaland grabbed Justin, we didn't even care what color Justin was.
Yeah.
I still don't know if we're supposed to count him as pop. Because I really feel like he's R&B.
I know.
I ain't gonna let nobody take that away.
No, I want you to remember. I remember when 106 on Par.
Experience, if that wasn't an R&B album, that album was good.
Yes.
Cry Me a River was an R&B song.
Yeah, it was
Like,
R&B.
When that video hit, and I'm sitting there watching it as a kid, I'm like, what is going on here?
No, and I want to say this. Cry Me a River was on BET back in the day when BET was technically only playing black music.
I think, what was it? It was just him and Eminem.
Yeah,
that pretty much like hit BET. Like, yes,
that is true.
That was just them two.
Listen,
that was them.
Don't you dare forget Snow.
Back in the day. That's right, Trev.
Don't you dare forget about
Snow. John B.
Still don't know. Oh, John B. Look at that. John B. Hey, respect the white people that made it.
Where was Mac Miller?
Oh,
Mac Miller wasn't out yet.
Back
in 106 and Park.
Okay.
No, but we're talking about because right now in the music,
I
think every station is a little bit more open. A little bit more open more now.
Yeah, those divider lines are faded.
I'm starting to see that for real.
Back then, you had to show out.
Yeah.
And like what you said with Timberland grabbing JT, that was a power play move.
Yeah. It was good.
After he grabbed him, Nelly Furtado.
Yes.
And then there was a couple of other heads too, and they all did good.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like they all made it.
Well, I said if that,
and all he did was enhance their sound.
Yes.
But it was the same thing because look like when No Doubt started working with Dr. Dre more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because remember, No Doubt it's been signed. You see, that's a whole other rabbit hole.
Yeah.
No Doubt. Yeah, and after you go down, it's a little bit deep. You ever heard about the group No Doubt?
Yes.
You know, you were telling me in the beginning that you took some time to hone your craft.
Yes.
You know, I was listening to Jimmy Iovine's story, that documentary that was on HBO with him and Dr. Dre, and he was talking about when he had No Doubt. He told him like, look, you're gonna be literally doing this music for about 2-3 years before you're gonna be able to get out there and do it. And they didn't even believe him. You know, they're more like, you know what? I don't think we're gonna be able to survive. And he's like, look, I got you. Just take the time. You're gonna find yourself. And within that third year, because it's not after, within that third year, that's when they dropped their first official album, and they hadn't hit. And they were looking at Jimmy like, yo, I didn't know, just by doing this process, because they were hoping that they would have started and they would have got a hit instantly. And it doesn't work like that.
No.
Now, COJI, based on the time frame, I want to know if you can give us, give our audience a snippet of the quality of music that COJI has to offer.
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's see, say I'm in Florida where the sun shine. Mine so bright, threw away the night light in the trash case you need mine. Been going at this thing quietly. Hard for me to hold my peace, like the cannon on the drum line. full of styles, full of flows. Sorry you don't see my page full of pictures or videos on the latest leak. Really though they can't compete. You come in with one style from the street, me, I'm on the beat. I mean, it's all about survival of the fittest. Terms and definitions. I've been swallowed by the secondary, now I'm clean and finished. World lives in the past, world lives in the glass. I'm so hot, I burn through without a mask. Problems mighty, problems seem to bite me. Tell that flame ignite me if he's feeling kinda fighty. You can take Kanye lyrics and combine it with Jay-Z. Now I done struck gold, chipped it, now race me. Feeling kinda mad cold. A new distinct replacement of that sad flow. Call me crazy, but I think it's pretty beautiful. If that's the hands that kept alive to get rid of you. Now I'm going to places that I've never seen. Different places where you know it's me. To the utmost strong, I'ma hold it clean. My mind unlocking 10% ain't even in the mean.
I like that.
Yeah, respect on that one.
Yo, COJI, fire.
Straight from the soul.
Straight from the soul.
So I say you can drop it like that at a moment's notice, boy.
Oh,
You
yes.
got it, guy.
Yeah, and I want to make sure, I want to make sure that is all freestyle.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
straight off the dome.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
I want to know if you can give us an expected date on this EP.
The EP is due. It's kind of funny though because we have Valentine's Day coming up, and I'm still talking to my producer. I'm not sure that it's going to be smart business to drop it February.
Okay.
It's a very crowded month.
It is a very
Exactly.
crowded month.
Exactly. So I can see it happening in March. I haven't gotten a date for it yet though.
Okay. All right. March is a wonderful time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trevor, that's your season.
Yeah. Because this month, I'm dropping my single in anticipation for the
Okay.
EP.
Okay.
It's called Coming Through.
All right. And definitely, because that's the track we listened to earlier.
Yes.
That is fire.
Thank you.
That is
That
fire.
track is hot, dog.
So I want to say, with Coming Through, would you say that's your favorite track of the EP so far?
So far, well, that's not even going to be on the EP. That's just one just to have.
Just to have?
Or just
Just-
a Lucy.
yes.
Yeah, that's a Lucy.
Yes. There are 6 songs on the EP titled Word of Advice. They're all authentic, and you guys are going to enjoy it. I guarantee you.
I like that title.
Yeah.
Word of Advice.
Word of advice.
March.
The name of it. You know? Now, COJI, I want to make sure I personally say, I want to say thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
You know?
All of us.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for
Thank you guys.
for coming to the One Pop podcast. You know, COJI, you know, we've been friends outside this, so I've been waiting for this moment.
Yes.
You know, I can say I've been more than anticipating this moment for quite
Yes.
some time.
And please do come back because we could
Yes.
talk reckless about
By all means.
industry.
Yes,
and-
yes.
By all means, there's
Yes.
a lot of information out there.
Especially when that EP drops.
Oh,
We
yes.
don't need you back
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're going to have to discuss the whole thing.
I'll
Yes,
be here
yeah.
before it drops too. So.
No, okay.
Yeah,
So COJI, I'm gonna say that one is on you.
Yes. Okay.
I want to make sure you know from right now. Whenever you're ready,
Yes.
your presence is it will be welcomed.
Thank you.
You know, I want to know if anybody wants to follow you on Instagram or Twitter.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Facebook, whatnot, what they need to look for. So I want you to go ahead and drop that for our listeners.
Yes. By all means, follow me at Always Flowing. ALWAYSFLOWIN. Always Flowing. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter on that name. And I also have a Facebook page titled COJI. So if you ever see that name, please please follow. I'm starting to put more up now since I'm actually starting to record and get the EP ready. So by all means, follow me. You won't regret it. I don't post anything that you wouldn't want to see.
Appreciate it.
I follow him, so I can definitely attest for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So guys, definitely, link up for COJI.
Yeah, definitely. So, again, thank you for coming.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, but COJI, definitely. I'm gonna big you up on this.
Thank
you.
you.
All right, One Pot.
Yo, well going everybody. This is Cian from the One Pot Podcast. We're now available on iTunes. Please be sure to subscribe, rate and review. Don't forget to check out our website on the onepodpodcast.com. You know, when you subscribe to. Follow it on all with social media. We're there on Facebook, Instagram. So go ahead and check us out. Linkage.
I definitely want to say, COJI was amazing.
Great interview.
Great interview. Definitely gonna have COJI back.
And I'm excited for his music.
Yo, I'm excited because I can say that he has good quality music, and I think that's a big thing. You know, Trevor, over the last couple of years, we've gotten to listen to, and I can say, Trevor, you've been a pioneer for the underground artists. Mm-hmm. You know, you let me listen to a lot of the underground stuff before them even come out, and listen to COJI stuff. COJI just need to be on the right platform. You know, so his music can take off because he has the creativity behind it. But then again, while we're talking about the music, Dennis, did you get to finish watching Surviving R. Kelly yet?
It's you the last one.
See, I still haven't sat down and watched it because I've been at work. But the thing that I've been watching the social media, and the hate that's there is ridiculous. And like I saw something online. I don't know if it was true, but there was like at his birthday party thing. Yeah. Like at the end of it, like there was girls that were just screaming, "Piss on me" or something like that.
I don't know about
like,
that.
I was like, this sounds a little far fetched. If it's true, it's disgusting. But like at the same time, like from what I've been seeing, he doesn't seem fazed by anything. Well, and like I'm at the point right now where the reason I want to watch it is because I need to gauge what they're saying for myself. Because right now I'm not on the fence about whether or not he did things. I'm on the fence about how severe everything is. So,
well, I mean,
because like what is it? Like hell knows no fury, like
a woman scorned.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so like it's like when it's coming down to it, not saying that it didn't happen. I'm dropping that disclaimer right now.
Yeah.
But how much of it is fact and how much of it is fiction?
Well, I'm gonna say this. In any business, there's gonna be disgruntled people. Mm-hmm. Hell has no fear like a woman scorned. You're definitely right towards that, Dennis. A lot of these people is disgruntled. And I'm going to say disgruntled because it's girls who put themselves in that position who left, who's making the report, you know? But for the girls, to me, who's over the age of 18 and the parents think their daughter's brainwashed, that's something that a parent will have to fix with their daughter. But if R. Kelly is having minors, which is girls under the age of 18 in there, it's definitely a problem. I spoke on this last week. The mind is a terrible thing, you know. It's a beautiful thing if I say it better. But whenever it's waste, it's a terrible thing to waste. You see, when you have somebody who's looking towards you for direction, and you're not directing them right, you're the person who's deteriorating their mind. Mm-hmm. So when you have those little young girls who's coming to him, he has a thing like he's like, yo, look, all right, so if you're gonna talk to me and want to hang out with me, you're gonna call me daddy. And you know, he'd be like, oh yes, Robert, and he'd be like, oh, yo, yes what? Oh yes, daddy. You feel me? And he's putting these girls through this process, which he calls a training process, because it is a process. You feel what I'm saying?
So basically, it's if they want to be around that kind of money, then
they
have to abide.
It's money, it's fame.
It's money and fame, because a lot of
I wouldn't even classify it as fame because most of them I've never seen before.
No,
ever.
You never seen them, Dennis. But I want you to understand, they're coming across in like this, in the sense that, yo, look, you're the gatekeeper for me. You feel me? You're trying.
Kept that gate closed.
Yes. You know, but you're thinking about it like if you're an artist.
You're right about that.
you want to link up with another artist. You feel what I'm saying? Who's gonna help put you on? So to a young singer who's trying to come in is like meeting Drake in this era. You know, like I'm gonna meet Drake. Me and Drake is gonna be cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We're gonna do a track together. This track is gonna come out and I'm gonna be instantly famous. Mm-hmm. That's how that is kind of feeling. You feel me? So that's what a lot of these young girls are going to them for, because a lot of them are musicians, and then the ones who are not musicians is what we will call a lot of these Instagram girls nowadays. They get on the page, the fashionistas, and then they see the artists and they start going off of them. But I mean, I'm gonna say this: R. Kelly to me still has fault to blame, and I can't fault him all the time, because if I look at a girl and ask her what her age is, and she said she's 19, I am gonna believe her. You feel me? And you're telling the man that he has to go ask for an ID, which is right. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that.
Do that, but also like age differences. The man up in his 50s. Why are you messing with a 19-year-old? Even though it's legal,
Bruh,
you're 19.
He's still rocking backpacks.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yo, we've been stopped.
Yo, I'm gonna say
the thing that killed me is like what's been circulating, and I've been waiting for it to start circulating
Still
again
rocking
too.
big chains.
Is the Boondocks called it?
yeah.
Yes.
Boondocks called it.
Someone put that video up too recently.
Yeah, and you sit there, if you watch the clip, you're like, yo, this thing's like 7-8 years old, dog. Like actually longer than that.
It's going
Boondocks.
That was second
Boondocks
season.
Came out when I was in 10th grade. I think when I was in 10th grade, that's when it
Dumb long time ago.
Dog.
Yeah.
Well,
that's like. I'm sure
I need to
That's
read
like
it.
15 years, bro.
well,
That's like 15 years.
but see, Dennis, you're saying it's 15 years. I want you to understand the R. Kelly's sex tape did come out about 20-something years ago. It's been that
In
long.
the 98. Yeah, it's about 20 years.
Yeah, it's been that long that they've been calling R. Kelly a rapist, right? Or whatever they want to call him. Because I'm not trying to put a label in anybody, but he knows his thing.
Sick man. He's a sick man.
No, I'm sick because I want to say why I'm sick. You see, even when R. Kelly was going through all of that, that's when he was still messing with the little girls. He was basically getting away with it. Was like, yep, I got away, and I'm gonna continue. Now, I'm gonna say personally, me, if I kill somebody and get away, I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing. You feel me? But he basically got away and decided that he was gonna continue.
Mm-hmm. But also, I do say we have to keep mindful of the girls that were affected and put the blame on R. Kelly. But on real, all of us deserve blame too.
Yeah, because
we're a part of a society that ignores when girls cry for help.
That's true.
How much times these girls been saying, "Yo, I've been raped," but we say, "But look what you wearing."
Yeah, look what you wearing.
Look
That's
who
true.
you doing. Look who you hang with. Look what
that is true.
And
I'm guilty
we
of that.
giving them so much excuses. Giving the guys that like he didn't know.
Yeah, just like
We're-
the Kavanaugh stuff. Dog.
Yeah, we're quick to just give excuse to guy, but the girl like, nah, you wanted that because he got money.
Now you do have the ones that will do all the dress provocatively and hang out with a certain crowd that don't necessarily entice those situations.
Yeah.
Then you have the ones that do entice those
Yeah.
situations.
But you still have the ones that do dress modestly, whatever, and still get raped.
Yep.
So
there's dudes out here getting raped.
Yeah, but I want to.
by other dudes like that. That's stuff's
You ever
crazy.
notice anytime someone talk about guys getting raped, we kind of laugh a little bit, just a little bit.
No, I mean,
I the thing is I'll laugh a little bit. And you know how you like, hey, and then you kind of like get that thought in your head. Like,
I get myself like I'm scared.
No,
I would fear for
no. The reason why I'm gonna say the reason why I laugh, right? I laugh based on this. I have a friend. If you've listened to him, his name is Shortman, right? Shortman in Miami. So, left Miami last time I saw Shortman in Miami. Shortman was my dude. Was cool, and didn't see him for about 6 years. Pull up on him, like me and my wife was at the hair store. I saw him and then I looked at him and he looked mad funny. I was like, Shortman, what happened to you, dog? Because you can tell he swung to the whole other side of the field. Like, and I really didn't know what just happened. And so Chanel my wife is very friendly. Chanel saw him, hey, what's up? And I'm looking at him like, babe, why didn't you say what's up? Just let him keep going. He's like, you feel me? I'm gonna keep her. That's how I felt, right? And then so my wife is there talking to him, and she's gonna call me, hey, babe, come over. Let's go say hi. And I'm like, dog. And, so he's sitting there, and Chanel was like, yo, when did you decide you're going to go to the other side of the field? And he's like, well, at first he wasn't going to the other side of the field, and then he kind of gave her a rundown about how it happened, which to me was a little bit graphic and concerning in the same time. But we're talking about the whole rape scenario. Now, short man is short. When I mean he's short, then he's like 5 flat, 4'11".
Oh my god!
So he's a tiny dude.
He's 4'11". Yeah.
Yeah, so he's that's what I call him, short man. You feel what I'm saying? And he basically was telling her that what happened is he used to hang out with these dudes after we left. So I feel bad because I felt like because we left, he didn't have me and Chanel to hang around anymore.
You can't put that on yourself.
No, I know because the way
if it was meant to happen,
hold on,
it's gonna happen, dog.
I'm gonna tell you the way he's embracing his new identity, it was meant to happen. He embraces it. You feel what I'm saying? And he basically told her that. What it started out is he went to he was hanging out with the guys, and they were smoking. So he was hanging out with them smoking. Then one day they were smoking, and they were in the room playing video games, and one of the guys locked the door, and he was like, yo, why you lock the door? He's like, yo, we don't want no one to know that we're here. And he's like, yo, they locked the door, and then they just flipped the light off and turned the TV, and then he was in the darkness, and he said they just held him down, bro. And I walked away because I just couldn't hear it because I'm gonna keep it real. I'm like, dog, Sharp man, they took it from you. You feel what I'm saying? And then because Chanel, she sat there and she talked to him. Yeah, they.
But when that door locked,
yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
Yo, what you doing?
Hey, bro. And I'm not laughing.
Yo, I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not laughing.
Lord, forgive me.
No, you feel what I'm saying? So look, and I'm gonna keep it real. Short man was cool with me because based on me coming back and forth from when I used to drive. He used to be the person who used to take me to go pick up Chanel. Like if I had to make this ride, and Trev, you see how long this ride is going from south. Far. And he used to be like, yo, bro, just put $40 gas in my tank and we'll drive back and forth. Which is like back in those times, you could put $20 gas in somebody's car and basically fill the tank. You know what I mean? And it was a little Honda Integra. And I'm not even gonna lie, we used to have fun just dipping on the highway. Near.
So like you didn't how did he transition from?
Well, I mean, I guess
like he was just cool with it after it
happened. Dennis, I'm gonna say this. Chanel probably the better person to finalize the conversation. Mm-hmm. From what I've gathered, is like it happened, and he basically was scared, and it happened to him again, not by somebody else. It happened to him twice, not in the same sense where the whole light locked off.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because I guess the group of people that he was hanging around with was connected with the same guys, and they all were.
They just turned it into a circle.
Download.
Yeah,
kinda?
It was a download thing.
God, that's scary.
Now, and I'm gonna say this coming from where I'm coming from down south. Prostitution for male and female was heavy down there, so a lot of those dudes that did it to him. Mm-hmm. Right, I can tell that me and my wife know them because they were prostitutes into that apartment complex because it was the hood back then. You feel me? And that's how them boys used to get their rent paid. You feel me? So you used to see some doctors, people in smocks some dudes come to check these dudes, and you're like, damn, look at that fruit, and I'm not calling anybody in the fruit. I want to make sure I hit you that disclaimer to each their own. You feel what I'm saying? So, and that's when you would know, and then that's when we know even at the moment the tenant, the main landlord of the building, we knew he was gay because he was married and then he started paying one of the dudes, on the spot. So you used to see him come over there. Oh, like I'm checking out your property, until he's checking out his property like late 11 o'clock at night. Like, yo, didn't homie just went into homies? And we know that's a pay for a spot. And then you see him leave at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, yo. And then we're like, yo, dog. I see, I'm not calling no names. You feel what I'm saying?
Streets know everything.
Yeah. And we were like, yo, dog, tell us, because that dude was fruity. But
I feel bad for the man though, because you got something taken away from you.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
Yeah. It introduces it to a lifestyle that
He didn't
does
want
enjoy now.
Yeah.
But still, rape is rape. You were raped.
Yes, he was raped. I know from according to Chanel, he was raped twice. He was raped twice, and then after the second time, I guess he enjoyed it. I mean, I guess that's the best way to put it.
Or he just let go and say, you know what, you're going to take it anyway.
Yeah, but sure, I'm gonna keep it. When you see him right now, homie's like he's like ASOS #1 now.
It almost sounds like gay for stay, like they do in jail. Like you stay in jail, you might as well be gay.
Yeah,
like that's sad. That's
then it's like
this is a weird conversation.
Then it's like I'll be there for the night watch, dog.
Yo, for real.
Dang, but I want to say this. But it's basically we talking about my friend who got it taken from him. Mm-hmm. This is what happened to a lot of girls, and I've spoken to a lot of ladies. I can say within this week about the same situation. And the one thing I would say, I mean, Trevor, if you may have to edit me for this one, is that young sex is different from old sex. When a guy is younger, right, and he's doing thing with a girl, he really don't know what he's doing. I mean, most of the young dude having sex with young girls is all about, I mean, I just trying to stick it in and go bomb, bomb, bomb and out. When you're older and you're a little bit more mature sexually, you know a couple of things. You want to squeeze this, you want to grab that, you want to nurture this, you want to, you know what I mean? There's certain other things you can do. You start you're thinking about, I'm trying to pleasure my woman more than a young guy. Like, I'm just trying to bust a nut. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So you have one person who's practically treating you like a piece of meat, and then another person who's going to do something to you that's going to blow your mind. Then when you're thinking about a girl who's like 14, 15, who's never had a threesome or anything like that, and you're exposing them to these things, a lot of them gets clammed up. Some girls may accept it, but some girls may get into a funk like, yo, I can't do this with anybody else. I wouldn't even want anybody to know that I do this. When you disturb somebody's mind, it's a terrible thing. It hurts people in so many different ways. And what I'm gonna say I've gathered from the R. Kelly situation is that R. Kelly is using his platform to take advantage of young girls, regardless if you're stars or not. Because we all watched the Jackson 5, movie when the other brothers were, had a little girl.
In the room?
Yeah, we're trying to, you know what I mean? And that is right, because we all were watching the Justin Bieber wave a couple years ago, when all the little teenage girls were going crazy with Justin Bieber.
There was grown ass women that were chasing him down too, like
grown ass women
chasing him down.
Yep, you feel what I'm saying?
He was like 16
and saying that,
like, you're like 45 years old. What are you doing?
And I want you to look at it then, saying that it was like a bit, which one of these old girls are going to try to take his virginity or whatnot. There's a lot of things that
did
goes.
That with Chris Brown too.
They did that to Chris Brown, and because remember, Chris Brown was smashing his manager when she knew he was 16. That's what one of the things with Rihanna was about. That plus another girl. Allegedly, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying this whole R. Kelly wave is a flagship towards everyone waking up and seeing, oh, something's going on with these girls. Something, because you know how much homegirls I have right now that has been molested, been raped.
Yeah. And
they don't say nothing because they're scared to, or they don't have no one to vent to. I think now, because of this wave of people coming out saying that this happened to me, this happened to me.
And they're going after everybody.
But one thing they need to stop bringing back up Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's dead.
Did you see that they're gonna do one of those surviving R. Kelly things for him too?
They can,
but the reason why I still suggest
because they want his royalties. Michael Jackson's dead.
They want to stop the money going to the family.
And whatever. if you want to hit him where it hurts, Elvis Presley moved Priscilla Presley into his house, or whatever her name was, Amelia Presley. I forgot what her name was when she was.
Oh yeah, she was 14
when he moved her in.
She was young.
She was younger.
14, but she was young.
Yeah, but I want to say
14.
this.
I read that this morning.
I want to iron this part out.
How old was he? He was like
30 something.
Yeah, I think he was like 35 or something.
Wait, Dennis. But wait, hold on. I want to make sure I iron this part out. The most important thing about what's going on with the R. Kelly situation right now, to me is social media. That's to me, that's the best thing, because you have a lot of these 14 and 15-year-old girls on Instagram, on whatever Facebook, whatever they're posting on,
Whatever's in the future.
whatever's in the future. You feel me? And they're posting themselves in whatever they may be, in their little bathing suits, you know what I mean, their little skirts, their little spandex. And
that's because their little idols are the fashionistas.
the little owls are the
The
fashionistas.
young dudes that are chasing the dudes that like to, get all that clout and stuff. So
Yeah.
they start doing the same thing.
They said they're doing the same thing, but
Did you see that one girl that was on Instagram or one social media site? Yo, she was very attractive, got body or whatever. Then there was another video where she says, "Yeah, well, so what? I'm 14, blah blah." Listen, I quickly picked up my Bible because I felt wrong, because I was like, "Oh, she cute, I don't know why she on Instagram, but she attractive, blah blah." When she said she 14, I'm like, no.
And that's
But that
sad to
don't
say.
stop a lot of guys though.
But it's not something that started during this time period neither.
it's been
That's
going
something
on.
that's been going on for
Centuries.
decades.
No, centuries.
I
Think
want-
about it.
No, all right, guys,
What's
guys,
happening in Jamaica? Like, yo, real talk. See,
No,
you
Jamaica-
you was
Jamaica-
exposed to sex young.
young. I want to say this, Dennis. Right now, they're talking about this in Jamaica. The Survivor and R. Kelly thing is so big in Jamaica because the most Jamaican girls, and this is a fact, most Jamaican girls is having sex at the age of 13, and the dudes that they're having sex with is the minimum age of 25. That's a fact right now. I know you didn't want to hear it like that. When you go to the Middle East, guys are buying their wives when they're 12 years old. Wives is being brought to the husbands, right? These husbands in their 50s at 13 years old. My parents selling their kids off. So this is something it's been highlighted on R. Kelly right now in America because it's a crime here, but around the world, this is something that's going on. I want you to understand. We're looking at it on a highlight like this. Sex trafficking for young ladies has been going on for generations. Dennis, we watch Spartacus.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
That was some serious stuff.
Yep. And people have, and I'm gonna use the words. I was going to use the word fetish, but it's not. It's sickness, because people have the sickening idea that it's okay to have sex with a child.
And that brother of his is sick.
Which one? The one that's in jail right
Yeah,
now?
he said, "Oh, he has a preference. I like older women. He likes younger women. Like,
Yeah,
no
something
wonder
like
you're
that.
locked up,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Now,
come on."
My dog ain't trying to get his commissary cut, dog.
Dennis got a point. He's trying to make sure that, you did the interview, yeah, and I talked nothing but positive thing about you,
Hey,
bro.
bro, I
Don't
love
worry.
you.
Don't worry.
Yo, I
Don't.
told him you donate charity too. dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You gonna get me out?
Yo, get me out before you come in. You feel what I'm saying? And you feel me? But I'm gonna say it like this: based on all these allegations, if R. Kelly was smart, I guess I'm helping R. Kelly out in this moment. Whatever minor that's in his possession, let them go right now.
Go home.
Let him go home right now.
Here's the thing, though. I'm telling you right now, they're going to get him because if
Well, not
this is
just
going
him.
on that
His whole
long,
team.
Dennis,
it took a team.
No, Dennis, I want you to understand. No,
he's going to be a martyr of destruction.
No,
the
Dennis,
same way that they posted up Cosby. Cosby had his layout. For
Yeah.
a
No, Dennis, there's two different things. There's two different crimes. Cosby was straight up rape. R. Kelly, they're trying to prove it's statutory rape. It's two different crimes.
Statutory with kidnapping.
No,
allegedly,
he's
and all that other type
he
of
ain't
stuff,
kidnapped
too.
nobody. What basically, as I'm telling you, Dennis, it's lifestyle. What these are the young girls is used to, right? Is a thought, the lifestyle of R. Kelly. Whatever they probably want in some form or shape, he gives to them with something in return, and then he takes it back. These girls could go home. A lot of them could go home. They just don't want to go home. Girls come. Oh, she's been one of the ladies on the thing was like, oh, my daughter's been in R. Kelly on and off for like 4 years, on and off. Is this a switch? So you basically be like, well, I want to be locked up in a room and tormented for another year, and then I'm gonna be like, you know what? I just want to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like mentally, he's brainwashing them. But after the age of 18, if they decide they want to stay, they want to stay.
I forgot exactly what this term is, but it's like
A wellness
locking. I don't know, but it's like locking elephant up by chain.
Yeah.
And he tried to escape for so long that he stopped moving.
Yep.
Then taking the chain off and just wrap a string around
Right in
him.
there. Yeah.
And he still think he's locked up.
Yeah. It's mental. You know, they don't, like, I want you to say this. A lot of these people, family is reaching out to them and they don't want to respond back.
Just don't want to make daddy mad.
They don't want to make daddy upset. It's brainwash.
Like, if you have, all it takes is one. All it takes is one. If one person comes through and they go ahead and they drop all that knowledge too, or even a set of parents or whoever or something like that, that is going to be straight dominoes.
But like I was saying before, don't include Michael Jackson in this because he was just a kid in an adult body trying to hang around people his own age. He felt like I would be more upset with the parents.
Well, I'm gonna say this: Michael Jackson is dead, dog. The man,
let
dead.
that go.
Yeah,
right
let the man body. I'm not gonna say let him rest in peace if that's it. I want to rest in peace, but the man is already gone. You can't. There's nothing he has that you guys can take away from him anymore. Yeah. It's the same thing with Elvis Presley. I mean, I may not agree with a lot of their facts. Elvis Presley is dead too. Yo, let the man rest. If the person dead, let them sleep.
But also, the whole Drake one. Have you heard what?
Oh, I saw the video.
Okay,
Like that was.
He was dancing with a girl on stage. Mm-hmm. It's different from a guy trapping and having sex with and marrying girls underage. Mm-hmm. It's way different. So I don't think bringing that up in conversation. Yeah, roast him next week. This week we're talking about Robert Kelly.
Yeah,
right.
Robert.
But we gotta end on a positive note. Yo, the thing you just showed me.
I got two things. Though,
yeah.
Before we get into that one,
go ahead.
One, they are currently working on a form of birth control for men. It's a gel. You pretty much just rub the gel on your skin, and it prevents pregnancy. So
I would not be the one to first try that.
Not either. Grow an extra finger and stuff like that. But I saw.
Why's there a face on it?
I saw this meme because I love my social media, and the internet remains undefeated. And it was basically like, dang, I wish we had more time because I would have brought up that other one.
Still got time. Go ahead.
All right, so that meme that I found that one on, it said basically, oh yeah, clinical trials for gel for men and stuff like that, and it said the girl saying, oh come on baby, get in these guts or whatever, and he's like, hold on, I gotta put on my sunblock first. And I started dying, dog. But there was one that I saw, and I was like, I literally had to sit there. I was dying laughing. It was messed up, but it kind of held some truth. And it was saying basically dating someone with children is like playing on somebody else's saved data. Oh God. And I was like, yo, this is. And then you had people coming under. It's like, yo, old dude has a point. So it was that one was pretty funny. But yeah, the thing that I had showed you on there, congratulations to Missy Elliott, dog.
Mr. Elliott.
Missy Elliott, congratulations. Inducted into the Sound Hall of Fame. The first female MC.
Yeah, Missy talented, dog.
Missy, she's one you could have a whole day talking about.
Yeah,
music wise,
we do that.
And she lives in Miami, so
yeah, and she has constant hits. And some, as we was talking with Koji, she has a lot of publishing out there too. Yeah,
because she helped to produce. She's written,
right? Yeah,
that's for example. She's wrote for Destiny's Child by themselves. You know what I mean? Because she wrote the Bootylicious. And she's written for a lot more artists.
Songwriters Hall of Fame. That's
so yeah. See, it's
funny how better. Yeah,
it's funny how we're saying that. So Missy's been doing her thing, and I can say that her little group between her, Timbaland, and Magoo, You know, I mean, their little group was ahead of their time. You know, you know, to me, it's like to me, it's them and Outkast. It's like it's groups of people who came into the music before the time. If you know what I'm saying, like, because you think about if what Missy put out back then, she can come back out right now, and we'd have heard it for the first time, and be like, wow, this is awesome. It's the same thing with Outkast.
Yo, when Get Your Freak On came out.
Now, shoot, even I
Yeah,
remember the girls in high school used to play the 1 Minute Man thing all the time.
yeah, I love Jay-Z's verse on it.
Yeah.
Let's see. It said that she was behind artists like 702, Beyonce, Janet Jackson, and countless others. And I guess there's only 3 rap artists that's in there. Jay-Z was the first. Mm-hmm. I think they said Dame Dash was the second. And no, Jermaine Dupri. Sorry, Jermaine Dupri was the second, and she's the third. Mm-hmm. So like,
she's the first female.
Yeah, she's the first female, bro. Like that's honors right there. I'm pretty sure Beyonce will get in there.
Beyonce, they're writing about the music.
Right. She might write some.
Beyonce sing music people writes.
Yeah.
Wait, what about Neo?
Oh, Neo definitely will be in there.
Yeah, because I want
give
to
him time.
Neo's
he's behind a lot of people.
Well, a lot of Rihanna's hits is from Neo. A lot of Beyonce's hits is from Neo. To the left, the girls' anthem, Neo.
I remember when what was it? He wrote To the Right, and he came out and he spit that. I was like, dog, this is serious right here. This is a good track.
Yeah, well, I mean, because as Neo said, and COJI said it earlier.
Yo, Missy is bad, dog.
Well, she was sick and she lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. She became vegan too, didn't she?
Well, I mean, based on the sickness that she did have, you can't really quote me on what she was sick with, but she was sick with for quite some time now. She almost died.
Yeah. But to wrap up today's episode.
Yeah, I want to drop with a positive note of this week.
I got one too, so you go first.
Trevor, you want just you do yours?
I could do my one. One, I just saw something positive.
This week's episode was brought to you by Sunblock.
There goes the ratchet one.
There goes the ratchet one.
I don't want no sun right now.
Trevor, go ahead and close this out, huh?
Okay, on the way home, before we started recording, I was at the stoplight and I was looking at the bus stop, and this lady was just standing there, and this little kid was there too, and she picked up a stick. He picked up 2, like he having 2 swords, and they were play fighting at the bus stop.
Oh wow!
I thought it was such a wonderful, something wonderful to see nowadays, where you just playing with the kids, like having genuine fun. So my positive thing is, enjoy your time, enjoy life with the kids. Let the kids have fun nowadays. So see, you might want to drop one.
I mean, to compliment what Trevor just said, positive thought. The kids are the future. If you don't nurture them, they can't grow. One podcast.
One pause.
We out.